everyone, it is Jess Markowitz. I am director of Jesse's Angels Saving Lives, and today is the first day of summer for my kiddos. Yay! And I am in my office in a bun, in comfy clothes. I didn't have to go race them off to school today. And so today is basically the first day of summer for me too. Yeah, do I have, things I need to do for my business? Absolutely. But the coolest thing is that I got to wake up and literally lay there in bed with my laptop and start doing work while I laid in bed because my kiddos were still sleeping and I didn't have to wake them up. It was so cool. And then I realized that I wanted to get up and I transferred. Oh, look at my hair sticking up right here. This is awesome. I realized that I wanted to get up and I had a conference call with one of our amazing team members. And we got to chat and catch up and I got to start drinking my coffee and fun stuff. But it was so cool because I realized that my schedule was what I wanted it to be. And I knew that they were going to be out of school and I didn't have to rush anywhere. So I was able to just hang out and not like, oh my gosh, I got to get in the shower. I got to get dressed. I got to be there by a certain time. I got to da-da-da-da. And the race was not there. So I wanted to talk to you guys about, how did I get to this point? A lot of you are brand new. Some of you have full-time jobs still and you're like, yeah, well, I got a job I still got to go to. I get it. And I'm sorry about that because believe me, it's not like I didn't work before. I know what it's like. It's hard, especially I remember when I was pregnant with my daughter and my son had to go to daycare and I was working, 40 minutes away and we lived like 30 minutes away from the daycare center that he was already at. So I was 6 months pregnant, had to get up. I wasn't feeling good. My husband was deployed. So I had to get up, get the baby ready, drive him across town 30 minutes, and then drive all the way back the other direction, about 40 minutes to go to work all day, and then do the same thing back, and then all the way back, So I know it's hard. And now that I've got kids that are in baseball and karate, and I want, I'm starting to, I want to work out myself, so I'm going to be joining the karate and going to the gym. I have a full-blown business now. A lot of people think, well, that's all you do, Jess, so of course you can do it. Well, I didn't get here by not working my butt off, so not to take away from you 9-to-5ers, but I'm going to be real with you guys. To become an entrepreneur and have the freedom that I have today of being able to just decide if I want to make appointments or not and decide if I want to work or not, I had to work a lot longer hours and a lot harder and lose a lot of sleep in order to get to this point. So 8-hour days was not in my vocabulary for a long time. Now, does that might scare you guys? Probably, because some of you might say, well, I don't have 8 hours to put towards my business every day. Well, that just explains the journey and the timeline, because everything's a numbers game in this business. The more you put in, the more you get out. So if I was able to put 12, 15 hours a day into my business for the first 2 years, obviously, I was going to get a bigger result than if you were able to only put 2. So you have to give yourself that credit. You have to speak logically, think reality. It's good to dream, but you also have to be logical with those dreams. That dream will be reality, but you have to give yourself a realistic time frame. If you know you only have 2 hours a day to put towards your business, first of all, make sure you put 2 hours a day. And don't make excuses of what oh, I'm so busy. But what are you busy doing? What are you busy doing? Ask yourself that. Are you busy sitting on the couch watching TV? Are you busy playing on your phone, playing Tetris or whatever those games are? I don't know. I don't play them, obviously. Are you on Facebook doing nothing for your business? There's so many things that suck your time up that you could be working your business. So there are more than you can imagine, very, very successful consultants, directors and above in this business that have full-time jobs, that have kids in activities and in school, that go to the gym, that have all these things. The only reason why they're able to pull it off is because they took action, and they take action every day, and they utilize their time wisely. So I'd like you to write down, what are you doing with your day? Everything from the moment you wake up, what are you doing? And I want you to really see on a piece of paper, visually see how much time you really are utilizing productively. So even if you walk in that door from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, I really want you to do you have 15-minute breaks? Do you have 30-minute breaks? Hour breaks? Are you just going to Sonic and eating and leaving? Or could you pack a lunch, which is going to save you money, is probably going to end up eating more healthy, save you time from driving there and coming back, so you can make some follow-up calls. Because what would you say if you could literally, or if I could tell you, if I told you in 4 years from today, which today is the 5th of June, 2015, if I could say, if you today started living your life productively and on purpose and for your future, to build your future, so 4 years from now, you could have a choice whether you're going to go to that 9-to-5 job or not, because you can build a business that is going to replace that income, if not more. What would you say? Would you laugh at me? Because if those are ones, if you, there's probably a lot of you that were like, yeah, whatever, Jess, right? Some of you probably even laughed. Well, then you don't believe. So it is going to be very hard. Just going to be honest. Because nothing can be accomplished unless you believe it. The only reason why I'm here today in my sweats, no makeup, my kids are playing baseball in the house with a wiffle ball, but they're playing nicely right there. I can see them through my nice glass doors in my office. The only reason why I could say that is because I believed, and I still believe that I just started. There's so much more ahead of me, so much more. So I had to share this with you. Why me and not you? Why me and not you? So the benefits of working for yourself. Again, I'm going to tell you that when you're an entrepreneur and you are your own boss, you have to develop discipline, and it's going to take a while. There's still things that I'm working on that I'm not as disciplined as I need to be. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But if I've developed enough discipline in my life and in my business that I have the freedom to be able to say, you know what, today I'm just going to snuggle with my kids. Today I'm going to read a book. Today I'm going to lay in bed for a little bit longer. Today I'm going to go to bed early. Today I'm going to just go have lunch with my mom, because I can. Because I've learned to coordinate and schedule my life so even when I take that time, the business is still going. The business is still going. We had an amazing trainer and guest speaker at our team meeting the other day, and I hope you guys all watched. And he said something that was so powerful. Are you a hobbyist or are you a business owner? Because you can't be both. You can't be both. So I want you to ask yourself that question. If you watch that video, if you haven't asked yourself that question yet, you haven't decided, you have to make that decision. Because a hobbyist, I can help you be a very successful hobbyist and make this business work for you as well. You don't have to make it a business. I can strike that. I can help you understand your hobby enough that it's still going to work for you and you're still going to get that extra income coming in. And whatever level that extra income is, but I need to know what that is to you. So there's no way that anybody can help you until you help yourself and understand exactly what you need from this business. Now, it's likely if you're a hobbyist, you're not watching this because you don't care. You don't want to learn. You don't want to know what's available, right? So I'm talking to all you business owners or future business owners. If you watch the video that we just did for our team meeting and you haven't considered getting yourself set up as a business on Facebook, you're hurting yourself. I'm not getting paid by this man. I'm not getting a profit of what you guys signing up at all. I just set up a great deal for all of you. Like I said, $75, $100 package that most people have to pay, and we get to get it for a smidgen of that price, a minute smidgen of that price. I take advantage of if you can. The biggest but smallest investment you're going to make besides joining and getting yourself to Reunion. Okay, so why should you believe? Why should you believe that you get to one day stay home with your kids, have the freedom to go wherever you want to go, when you want to go, and have enough money in the bank to do it? Because I'm going to tell you, at one point, I didn't think that I was that person. I remember driving my kids back and forth to school and thinking while I was pregnant with my daughter, why does all these other wives get to stay home with their kids and I have to be pregnant and leave my baby, my toddler at a daycare while I got to go off to work? Why them and not me? But I remember as soon as I said that, why not me? And I couldn't give myself an answer. Because the only thing is I had to realize that everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. So when I really started to look at these women that I was admiring staying home with their kids, I started to really observe what they were doing. Were they happy? Were they living their lifelong dream? Were they fulfilling their purpose? In one area they were able to take care of their kids and stay home with them. But meanwhile, they were empty inside. They felt useless. They didn't have their own money. They didn't have a social life. They had no confidence. And I was that person. Because guess what? I lost my job. The job that I used to drive back and forth, I ended up losing my job right after I had my baby. I went back to work after my 6 weeks maternity leave, and they told me that they were laying me off because the company went bankrupt. Not the company that I was working for, but the company that was paying for us to be there because it was a contract. And they were going back to Oklahoma City, and I wasn't going to leave my husband, so I guess I don't have a job. So everything happens for a reason. So if I didn't take that sign and say, well, this has given me an opportunity to stay home with my kids, but I had to pay a price. I developed all the things that all these other women were having. Depression, insecurity, being socially awkward because I wasn't around kids. Around people. So all I knew was to talk to kids, to talk to babies. And so I had nothing in common with anybody. And I wasn't happy. So I found myself in this life of like, okay, I got what I always wanted, but now I'm miserable. What's going on? I don't get it. Why can't I have both? And then I found Scentsy. When I was at the lowest point of my life, the most depressed, the most confused, the most broke I've ever been in my life, I got an opportunity to change it all, to say, I like staying home with my kids. I like being able to go where I want to go. But I also want my independence, and I want to be the strong, powerful woman that I know that I am. And I want to make my own money. And I want to set up a life for my children. Because I can pass this business down to my children. And so can you. So is this about you? If it's about you, then it's going to be very hard to push through the ups and downs of this business. And the time that's going to take to get to where you want to go. Because if anybody's telling you that, oh, you're going to join, you're going to become a millionaire next week or next month or even next year, that's not true. Everybody's journey is different. You may get there faster than the next person, or you may get there slower. It's up to you of how much action you take and how much excuses you're willing to give yourself and others. So I'm here to say that you have to believe that it's possible. You have to take action. And what are those actions? You have to learn your skill. So instead of saying, oh, I'm so tired because I worked all day, be excited that now you get to go home and learn something for your future, for your family's future. This isn't about you anymore. This is about your family and their future. You may not have kids right now. You may never have kids, but you realize you can pass it on to anybody that you love. You can leave your legacy for your family. And the most important thing, one thing I can say is that everybody that is attracted to this business likes to help people. Am I right? You're giving people, you're loving people. You like to make people smile. That's why you love Scentsy. You can do that with building a business. By helping other people find what they need out of their life, you can help your own life. My upline is calling me right now, so I needed to go, but I hope that you guys think on that, and I will be back with you next time. Have a sensational day.